Leading Democratic and Republican candidates have been working overtime to woo voters in New Hampshire, the tiny northeastern state. Polls show Republican John McCain with a narrow lead over his party opponents, while in the most recent surveys, Democrat Barack Obama has moved 10 points ahead of his closest rival Hillary Clinton. From the city of Manchester, New Hampshire, Anan Naidoo reports.
Once every 4 years, presidential politics takes over on the streets of New Hampshire.
Rudy, baby!
History has shown this small northeastern state can make or break a presidential candidate. That's because of the high number of independent voters, people with no affiliation to either the Republicans or the Democrats. They make up around 45% of the total number of voters. State officials expect 150,000 people to vote as independents on Tuesday.
I'd like to have a president that has some experience in foreign policy, because lately we have showed no policy, and I think it's hurting us.
I am looking for a change in our government. I am looking for authenticity in a candidate that's running for president.
I think the main issue for me is health care and immigration. Personally, I'm an immigrant who took me 7 years to do it the legal way, and it's very frustrating for me when I see people coming illegally.
Independent voters in New Hampshire are notoriously fickle. George Bush learned that the hard way in the 2000 election. After winning in Iowa, his presidential ambitions were almost derailed when voters in New Hampshire chose John McCain instead. The lesson was clear: never take these voters for granted.
If you don't do well in New Hampshire and you're sort of a marginal candidate, if they don't do well or better than expected in New Hampshire, it's not a very bright future for them.
So the candidates are racing hard to shake every hand within reach, answer as many questions as possible,
thank you so much,
and rally support in the hope of swaying New Hampshire's independent voters.
But here in New Hampshire, because it's such a small state and there's such a small sample size of people that actually vote, the voters like to meet the candidates one-on-one. They want to go to town halls, they want to get up close to the candidate 2 or 3 or 4 times. They want to have their questions answered.
Here outside the Merrimack restaurant, a New Hampshire landmark, the faces of past presidential hopefuls show just how much presidential politics dominate the political landscape here. There are many independents in the state, and it's an independence that is jealously guarded. They've shown again and again that they will not just rubber stamp the results of Iowa. As one former governor said, Iowa picks corn, we pick presidents. Anan Naidoo, Al Jazeera, Manchester, New Hampshire.